Commentary by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Chaito Darpana Marjanam. Marjanam means cleanse, and Darpanam means mirror. The heart is a mirror. It is like a camera. Just as a camera takes all kinds of pictures of days and nights, so also our heart takes pictures and keeps them in an unconscious state, subconsciousness. Psychologists know this. The heart takes so many pictures and therefore it becomes covered. We do not know where it has begun, but it is a fact that because there is material contact, our real identity is covered. Therefore, Chaito Darpana Marjanam, one has to cleanse his heart. Srila Prabhupada's Science of Self-Realization. And when the heart is cleansed, then a person becomes eligible for being freed from the clutches of Maya, or the materialistic way of life. He understands that he is not this body, he is a spirit soul, and that his business is therefore different from merely material concerns. He thinks, now I am engaged only in seeking these bodily comforts of life. These are not all essential because my body will change. Today, since I'm in an American body, I think I have so many duties as an American man. Tomorrow I may be in an American dog body, and immediately my duty would change. So I can understand that these bodily concerns are not my real business. My real business is how to elevate myself as a spirit soul to the spiritual world, back home, back to Godhead. When the mind is completely washed of all material contamination, the pure consciousness acts. The sound vibration from the spiritual sky can automatically cleanse all material contaminations, as confirmed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaito Darpana Marjanam, Antya-lila 2012. We need only take the advice of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and chant the Mahamantra to cleanse the mind of all material contamination. And this may be considered the summary of this difficult verse. As soon as the whole material contamination is washed away by this process of chanting, all desires and reactions to material activities becomes immediately vanquished, and real life, peaceful existence begins. In this age of Kali, it is very difficult to adopt the yogic process mentioned in this verse. Unless one is very expert in such yoga, the best course is to adopt the ways and means of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Thus, one can gloriously become freed from all material contamination by the simple process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just as life in this material world has its beginning in material sound, similarly, a spiritual life has its beginning in this spiritual sound vibration. Srimad Bhagavatam 4:23-17. In his Siksastakam, Lord Chaitanya describes the progressive benefits of chanting Hare Krishna. First, Chaito Darpana Marjanam, Antya-lila 2012. In the beginning is cleansing the heart, because we are impure on account of dirty things within our heart, accumulated lifetime after lifetime in the animalistic way of life. So everything, advancement of spiritual life, culture, tapasya, is meant to cleanse the heart. And in this process of chanting the Maha Mantra, the first installment of benefit is the cleansing of the heart, Chaito Darpana Marjanam. Specifically, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra purifies one, and this chanting is therefore recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaito Darpana Marjanam. By chanting the names of Krishna, the mirror of the heart is cleansed, and the devotee loses interest in everything external. When one is influenced by the external energy of the Lord, his heart is impure. When one's heart is not pure, he cannot see how things are related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Idam hi Vishvam Bhagavan Ivettara, Bhagavatam 1:5-20. He whose heart is purified can see that the whole cosmic manifestation is but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but He whose heart is contaminated sees things differently. Therefore, by satsanga, or association of devotees, one becomes perfectly pure in heart. Srimad Bhagavatam 4:24-59. In this way, the person who chants Hare Krishna purifies his consciousness. Then his materialistic activity is stopped. He knows, this is simply a waste of time. I must act spiritually. That is knowledge which comes from cleansing the heart. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. The illusion of wrongly working on the basis of the bodily concept of life is overcome simply by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is the first installment of benefit from chanting, civilization and transcendence. End of purport. Yes.
So basically, I feel like this just saying chant Mahamantra.
Yes, yes.
It's very specific.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't
To
leave,
summarize.
it
Yeah.
doesn't really leave any
Yeah,
place.
and
It's just
Right.
like very basic, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do I have to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
How many
Cheto
times?
Darpana Marjanam?
Right.
So I have to tell you.
I was like, wow, this is very repetitive,
that.
but
Yeah.
it's supposed to be, right?
But-
Just I
Like
said
pounding
it's so
it into our
repetitive
heads. Yeah.
and getting to the same point and like the
Mahamantra.
repetitive.
I was
That's
in
it.
Kirtan
Yeah.
Friday night, just gonna share this, and I just like had my eyes very like soft, because I've been practicing not closing my eyes but keeping them soft. There's like a difference, because it's almost like when I close my eyes in class, like I'm working to keep my eyes closed. So I'm like, I just keep them soft and it feels different. And I got into this, like my face was soft and I was just listening. And then I could, like, if I went like that, I could see everybody. And it was like, it was Storm, Sass, Cuff, you. I just like went like that, and then there was Darren, and I looked at everybody, and then I went all the way this way to Ed and Dina, and everybody was in the chant deeply. I think Chris Cuff was leading, and she had like this cry in her voice I never heard her have before, and my eyes just started tearing, right? Like tears down my face. And I was like, this is the thing that holds, like, this is our glue. Like how I met these people and what we're still doing today, it's the glue.
Mhm.
And what I felt in my heart, I'm gonna cry saying this, I was like, oh.
We're really lucky.
Yeah,
Like, I was thinking
really
today,
lucky.
like, if
People
I
don't
didn't live,
experience
yeah,
those feelings of like, whoa, like that's how I felt. Like,
yeah.
this is, you know, and you can't explain that to somebody who doesn't, and it's not every kirtan I get to feel that, but when I do, like, it's like, really can't explain that unless you
Experience it.
So it kind of reminds me, and I'm not sure, but you know when you see in, I guess, I'm not even sure what religion it is, but where people come and the person, the leader is doing like a healing thing, and the people just like break down and cry.
Mm-hmm.
I used to kind of feel like, oh, please, you know, like they're
Yeah,
like
they're
this
paid
is
actors,
ridiculous, right?
right, or they're being
But
dramatic.
maybe it is the same feeling for them, you know, that we can get by
Mm-hmm.
being in a kirtan or,
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know how to explain that feeling. Like,
Yeah.
I went home thinking about it, you know, and feeling like that.
But I do see it,
Physical.
like where they'll show things where people in a church or whatever, and they're just losing their
Yeah.
whole mind, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you
So I
can see
guess-
it in some kirtans. Like if you like watch a video
Yeah.
of like a kirtan in India and like people are doing ecstatic dance, let's say, that's what it kind of is. It's just moving their bodies.
Yeah.
Like you might, if you didn't know anything about kirtan, you would look at it exactly how you're looking at those people in the church that like,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Like, what are they doing?
Right,
like,
but that's
because they're like, you know,
Yeah.
they're almost out of body in a sense. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Right. So now I'm just looking at it differently, going, oh,
I'm not gonna
that
judge
might be
those people.
right. Right. What do you think? Should I judge or not judge?
Right, and it's true.
I do. I don't. For me, that's like a big deal, though, not to judge.
Mm.
You know, I'm noticing that about myself a lot lately, even with crickets. I come downstairs into my basement and I feel like I have made a home for crickets, you know?
Instead of trying to run
And I
after
say
them
hello
with
to
your
them,
shoe
and I'm not like,
and setting traps.
Disgusting cricket, or,
I know.
you know? Just like little things
Yeah, maybe
Well,
that
you
I
know.
feel different.
Bhagavad Gita 5:18 says, "A learned sage sees no distinction between like the human beings and the animals and everything. It's
Yeah.
all this spirit soul is the same."
Right.
Yeah.
That
Is-
picture in there is what got me. That yogi sitting there with all the rays of light coming out of his heart to all the living. Remember that one?
No,
Oh, you don't?
what is it? Is it
One of the
picture?
illustrations from the old Bhagavad Gitas. It might still be in some of them. I'll try to find it for
Maybe.
you.
Yeah.
It might be in yours.
It's not
'Cause
the
I-
guy with the skin and bones.
What is it? A
Uh,
picture?
He's just like in the forest and like he's meditating and like all these like rays are connected to all the living beings all around.
Oh, I would love to see that.
And
Because I
even
feel like that some days on the side of my house.
even like Jane Goodall, right?
Yeah.
How she's like
Mm-hmm.
the insects, like she
Not that one.
was just out there and feeling
And while
so
she was observing all of this, she felt so close to God. And she says it.
yes,
like just
but she
watching-
was not a bhakti.
No,
yogi.
but she was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
She was a yogi without knowing she was a yogi. Her words, like when
Right.
I'm listening to her, I'm like,
Yes.
but who knows?
But
But
bhakti
that's-
comes in many forms.
Yeah,
It's not
she
just
connected
this.
through
Yeah,
yeah,
like I
and
do. Like
felt
I,
it and saw it and realized it.
Yeah, I feel. Come on in, set up your mat. How are you?
Even in
That
those
time
kirtans
already.
in India that are very ecstatic, like there's people within the congregation might be a little suspicious of someone that would
Yeah.
display ecstatic
Yeah.
symptoms.
Oh yeah.
because That's known as being an imitation
sahaja.
because the actual
Sahaja.
mood of being
There
like
was a guy when we were in
transcendent
Vrindavan.
and
Oh my
really
god.
free
He was like
is like extremely
probably
rare. Like, and some people
my
think
age.
they're there, but they're
And-
not.
Right,
They're
right.
He's
And they're
doing,
just
like-
acting or
You know where the
because
tree
actually
is?
that kind of thing is
so
not
we're all
because,
sitting
like,
there and the kirtan's
I'm
here
crying
and he's like
because I
doing this
feel,
jump and spin and
I'm
throwing
being
himself
cleansed,
under the ground.
or,
To the point where,
I'm
like,
being healed of disease.
Why
Like,
hasn't
it's-
his collarbone
it's
broke?
transcendental.
It
Like,
was
it's out of this
ridiculous.
material
So
realm
there were a
completely.
few
Right.
girls
Like, these
from our
people
tour
at churches
sitting
and
here,
stuff, they're like,
and it
"I'm
was
sorry,
getting out of
Jesus,
hand,
forgive me
and
my
all the
sins," and
Indians
they're
were
crying and
noticing.
stuff, you
Like
know.
it was a
Or, like,
performance, you know.
Yeah.
And
maybe they're crying about.
I
their-
said something.
right, like
and
a
Something
one of the
within
girls
this
goes,
material
"Well,
Yeah,
it's his
yeah.
devotion. He's showing his devotion." I said, "No, he's not. He's putting the
Extremely
attention of
rare.
all
I've
the
seen
people in this
people,
room
like,
on himself."
I've seen
Yes.
When the
congregations
focus
being,
is supposed to be on the deities,
Have you
Right.
ever
he's
seen
right in front of the deities,
real?
showing off like
like
this.
an
Mm.
Is
or,
you-
or
like
how
use some
how you-
discernment, you know.
Yes,
like-
exactly.
And he
Yeah.
was
Very
asked to
yourself.
leave
Yeah.
because it
You
was
just
so
don't.
distracting.
But there's certain you could ask.
Yeah.
You could ask like
Yeah, there's always,
you
look
know,
where we
Well, that
go.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
higher
This
devotee,
world.
like
Yeah.
what do you think? But they probably won't say.
So you're leaving tomorrow.
Yep.